You already know who it is. And today's topic, a psychology trick you should never fucking fall for. Now, the psychology trick you should never fucking fall for is a fucking female acting stupid. Now, what do I mean by a female, trying to act stupid and all that shit? This goes for like, you trying to get with a shorty, or even if you fucking with her, whatever the fuck it is. You get what I'm saying? And she started getting distant. And if you a nigga like me, you get what I'm saying? You're not gonna sit here and tolerate certain shit and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? She's acting distant. Fuck it, you gonna play the game too? Like, where you want to be distant? I'm gonna show you how this shit is done. You get what I'm saying? Like, it takes two to fucking tango and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? This goes for like you trying to get with your shorty, or if you getting with your shorty and shit like that, right? And I'm gonna go with my latest experience, even though it's happened to me a number of fucking times. Like, you get what I'm saying? Now, fuck the, if you're already with shorty and she's trying to act stupid. You get what I'm saying? This is for like, if you're trying to get with her, whatever, like, and she sees, like, I already told y'all, females know when you're trying to fucking all that shit. Like, you're not gonna sit here and play stupid with no fucking female. You get what I'm saying? They know what it is already and shit like that. So, I'll give you a perfect example. And this shit happened to me. Like I said, it happened to me a whole bunch of times, but I'm gonna go with the most recent, right? I was around, I was cool with a certain shorty and shit like that. Like, and I'm not gonna lie, me, I have a certain fucking system. Certain niggas, most men usually go from like a 1 to 10, but I don't have a 1 to 10. For me, the shit is, shorty's whack, which means she's just not attractive. She alright, which means, she alright, she could get it. She look good, or she's fire. Fire being, she's beautiful, whatever. So anyway, I had this joint, and she was alright. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a little older thing, which I really don't really go for like that and shit like that. I like young bitches and shit like that. But you get what I'm saying? Like, she's alright and shit like that. And me and her, we was cool and shit like that. And like, I never really tried to get with her like that. Like, I would say flirty shit and shit like that, but I never laid it on her real thick. So, boom, me and her, we cool. Like, recently, like, I dropped her off home and shit like that. First, we went somewhere. We went to like a supermarket around the way and shit like that. Like, I took her there first because me and her was going to the same place. So I'm like, yo, fuck it. Since I'm going there, we could go to the same place or whatever. So we do all that shit, right? And like I said, I never really try to get with her like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, but anyway, she has this thing. And this is what I'm trying to tell you about the psychology trick you should never fucking fall for. You get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of females try to sit there like they know you want to fuck whatever. Like, they'll try to pull back and try to act like they don't see you and shit like that. And I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And yes, like I said, it happened to me. She sees you as a fucking lame or whatever the fuck it is. Cause I guarantee you, a female that really likes a guy and shit like that, she's not gonna fucking do this goofy type of shit, this psychology trick and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, put her in front of her favorite celebrity, she's not gonna act like that. In front of her ideal guy, she's not gonna fucking act like that. Alright? So boom, alright, fuck all that. So I gave her that ride home and shit like that. Right? Now, the next 2 days after that, she would see me and act like she would see me and act like, she would try to just get distant or whatever, like act like she don't know me and shit like that. So I'm just like, word, I say no more. And if you a nigga like me, you're not gonna tolerate that certain shit. So you wanna play this how we gonna fucking play or whatever. So the bitch comes up to me, not even 24 hours ago, she sees me, she's just like, oh yeah, haha, she tried to come up to me like if everything was all good and shit like that. And I'm just like, whatever. And like I fucking tell y'all, don't ever fucking act like you butt hurt. And even if it looked like I was, which I wasn't, you get what I'm saying? You give her the fucking cold shoulder, like, but don't act stupid, don't curse out or whatever. I'm just like, whatever, she said hi, and she's trying to talk to me, and I'm just giving her a one-word answer and shit like that, because I was busy doing what the fuck I was doing and shit like that. So she was like, yo, you bipolar? And I just looked at her, I'm like, nah, I'm not bipolar, and I kept doing what I was fucking doing. You get what I'm saying? She's trying to play stupid. You get what I'm saying? Don't fall for that shit. These bitches know what they fucking doing. You get what I'm saying? That's a tactic that women try to use. They try to sit there, and they try to bait you in, and then try to pull back, so that way you can fucking be like, but why you acting like that? And this and that. Nah, don't ever fall for that shit. So when the female just to sit here and act stupid and all that shit, play along with it. Like, whatever, it is what it is. Don't tell her about that shit. Don't tell her about herself, because the bitch that did the shit with me, she knows what the fuck she's doing. She knows why I'm being the way I am and shit like that. And I told her about, cause she tried to tell me one time like, oh yeah, I'm like this or whatever. And I looked at her and I told her just like this. I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, right. I'm like, nah, you're not like that. You just want to be on some shit. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I literally told her just like that, like word for word, like get the fuck out of here. You just on some shit or whatever. But I know she's just, this is how I know her and a lot of women, they're used to dealing with certain type of guys that are lame. That if you want to claim, Sigma, Alpha, Beta, they're used to dealing with beta men. She's from South America and shit like that. And I'm not trying to sit here and say that, all South American men are betas and shit like that. But in the culture and all that shit, like a lot of the men, they cater to the women and all that shit. So they used to fucking with that type of fucking, a certain men that cater to them. And you get what I'm saying? Like she thought me, a nigga of my caliber, that's good looking, that's fly, that's on his shit. She thought I was gonna fall for that fucking trap and shit like that. But guess what? She got a fucking rude awakening and shit like that, as you should fucking do. You get what I'm saying? With females that try to play, that try to sit here and do that fucking dumb shit. You get what I'm saying? Because like I said, that's a tactic that they try to use to try to get you to be open off of them more. And it shouldn't work with you. Because I'm literally sitting here telling you that they know what the fuck they doing. They trying to do that shit for you to get more open so that way they can get resources and free rides or whatever the fuck it is, like from you and shit like that. You get what I'm saying? So don't ever fucking fall for that shit. And you know why? It's good I'm doing what I'm doing. And why you should do the same fucking thing and do exactly what I'm trying to tell you and shit like that. Because, like I said, she's not all that attractive and shit like that. Like, the niggas around us, they're not really into her like that. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Like, they're not into her like that. Now, a lot of females that see me with her and shit like that, they're going to ask a certain question and shit like that. You get what they're going to ask me, yo, why you and her not cool the way it was? And I'm going to break it down. I'm going to be like, yo, shorty was such and such and such. She was being wild fake, and I'm not with that fake shit and shit like that. And when I tell females what the fuck, what went down with me and her and shit like that, they're gonna be like, yeah, and it's true. They're gonna be like, yo, she's wild, child. Like that's wild, corny. Like, you get what I'm saying? So when the next female comes along and she asks you, because trust me, females, they notice all that shit. And it's funny because she thought she was gonna get me open, but she don't know that I basically was using her, to get other bitches and shit like that. Not to notice me. Bitches notice me what it is, but when females see you with like certain females and shit like that, like they feel a certain type of way like that. And I'm gonna put a video about that shit. You get what I'm saying? So in all actuality, she's dumb because I used you to get other bitches to notice me. So anyway, like I was saying, now when females ask me, yo, what the fuck happened with you and shorty? I'm gonna tell them what it is. And guess what? They're gonna fucking fall in line. They're gonna know not to do that stupid shit because they know, you know why? Female that's feeling me or that's going to be feeling you, they're not going to do that stupid shit. They're going to fall in line. They're going to be like, you get what I'm saying? Like, damn, I don't want to be like that stupid ass bitch and shit like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this nigga look good and he's wild cool and shit like that. So, they're not going to do that dumb shit. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I mean by don't ever fall for that stupid ass psychology trick. A female will do that shit, flirt with you, and then get distant because they think that you're going to fucking fall for that bait. And probably like half the time niggas do fall for that type of shit. But if you're one of my subscribers and you on game and shit like that, you're not gonna fall for that shit. You get what I'm saying? Even if she's fire, even if she was fire, you get what I'm saying? I'm still not gonna fall for that shit. Cause you get what I'm saying? That's childish. That's wild, bro. That's wild, childish. Don't ever fall for that shit. Cause like I said, a female that's really into you is not gonna fucking do all that dumb shit. You get what I'm saying? And like I said, if you got a female like what I just went through and shit like that, like I said, I've been through that shit wild times. This ain't my first rodeo. You get what I'm saying? But when females sit there and they ask, like, yo, what happened with you and shorty? I'm going to tell them what it is, and they're going to fucking fall in line and shit like that. So, yeah, don't ever fall for a female basically trying to, flirt with you and trying to get, try to get you open, and then they try to pull back and shit like that. And then, once you give them the cold shit, they're like, how I did. You get what I'm saying? And be like, but what happened? Don't even argue with them. Don't say nothing. Just be like, nah, it's nothing or whatever it is what it is, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? Don't argue with them. Like I always tell you, I don't curse bitches out or whatever the fuck it is because these women know what they fucking doing. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's today's topic. Like, comment, share, subscribe. One.